So this video shouldn't be as long. Oh, yeah, screwed up. So it's just the idea of a couple little things here. So this problem is like, it's simple, but it messes people up. So 6a minus a plus a. My spacing is really bad. Plus a. Now, this messes people up every now and then because it's just, there's no numbers. But what happens is sometimes words help too. So 6 apples minus an apple plus an apple. This problem is easy again. So another way of making this is anytime you see a variable, that's just put a 1 there. So if it really bugs you, because a variable by itself means 1. So 6a minus 1a is 5a plus 1a, which is again then 6a again. So 6 apples minus an apple is 5 apples. 5 apples plus an apple is 6 apples again. So just keeping it, to make it make sense and not always looking at it as something so mathy helps out a lot. 3 jacks plus 3 jacks would be 6 jacks. All right. This one's a little weird, but I'm going to try to do this without showing you. How about just 5c right there? There's nothing you can add to 5c, so I'm going to put the 5c first. And now if that's gone, all I have left is 5 and 10, and 5 and 10 is 15. So just something that I want you to kind of see there. Again, hopefully this will help you out a little bit of rewriting this, of the idea of saying, you know what, this parenthesis in the very front right here, there's nothing in front of it, so I don't need the parenthesis. It's just there to make it look pretty. Same thing with this parenthesis. The only thing in front of it is a plus sign, so I don't need the parenthesis there either. So again, I'm going to go back to what I just said. I can always put a 1 in front of a variable. So now I can sit there and say 1x plus 6x is 7x, and then 2 and 5 is 7. Another completely different way to look at this problem is to say, okay, what 1x from the first parenthesis plus 6x from the second parenthesis, 2 from the first parenthesis plus 5 for the second parenthesis. And this is where I get that 7x and 7 again. So hopefully that'll make a little bit more sense to you using one of those two methods and see which one's going to actually help you out a little bit. I'm going to zoom ahead a little bit because I think that kind of helps you out with a lot of those things. So yeah, let me look at this. So this one I'm looking at 10 minus 9 is 1, 1 plus 7 is 8, and then just 8 plus 9z. All right, so there's 9z's by itself, so I know it has to be in my answer. And so this is what I really want to get to, because this really messes students up, because parentheses and negatives and minuses, and it messes people up. So I'm going to show you two different options again. One option, like we just said, 7q plus 7. There's nothing in front of that parenthesis, so I can drop it. Now the other one has a minus sign in front of it, so I can't just drop it. So a minus sign or a negative can actually mean opposite. So this could mean all the signs change to 6q and then minus 3. Right? So notice that the two signs change. And then I can sit there and say 7q minus 6q or negative 6q, and then a 7 and a negative 3. Now another way to look at this is like we said a second ago, is from the first parenthesis I have 7q minus in the middle 6q. First parenthesis I have a 7 minus a 3. And you may look at that a little different. So this ends up being q or 1q and then 4. So my answer is going to be this idea of q minus 4. If you put 1q minus 4, that would work also. All right, or 1q, q plus 4, sorry. So you can say 1q plus 4 or q plus 4. And that'll get you really close to a 70. And you're going to see some problems like that. This one for a minute. Again, this is the distribution. So imagine I have two negative 8s. So that's negative 16. And I have two negative 7s. So that's negative 14c. And then I have that plus 5c. Now, that negative 16 is automatically in my answer. and then negative 14 plus 5. This is where I want to use strategies. Like, think about money. If I owe someone $14 and I have 5, then I'm going to owe them $9, right? Or you can write it as negative 16 plus negative 9. See, that's the same answer. If it's a strategy with number line, you're at negative 14 and you go 5 towards 0, so that's going to be at negative 9. Tick marks. Imagine I had negatives. I have 14, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. Then I would have a negative 9 left. And so that's why I want that negative 16 plus negative 9c. So my big thing with this one is going to be, if you struggle with this, save it. Like, take a screenshot, take a picture, say, Mr. I don't get this problem. Can you help me? Don't try it. If you're really stuck, send it to me, email it to me, and tell me this is what it looks like, and I'll walk you through it so we can talk, and you don't have to get it wrong. Even if it's like later on, if I don't get to you right away, come back to me later and just say, Mr. Hyde, I'm gonna leave it open on my computer. Will you let me know so I don't have to mess this up? And that's what we'll go from there. So, but that'll kind of get you close to a 70, and I'll give you some ideas. But good luck. Again, let me know. I want to help you out the best I can.